Okay, there's a few do's and don'ts when we're doing the air con piping. We want to make sure to deburr the pipe. We want to make sure that this is nice and smooth. We want to make sure that this is a nice 45-degree angle, so when we put it into our fitting, it doesn't tear the O-ring. We want to make sure we use soap and water on our fitting itself. We want to spray in some soap and water so that it goes in there. When we do push this in here, it doesn't tear the O-ring, it just seats in there. We want to make sure what we do is we want to make sure we use a lot of brackets. When we install heavy components like this with our pipe, we want to make sure we have brackets in all the spots like that. There's a few don'ts as well. We don't want to drop these fittings, because if you drop the fitting, you could have some cracks that you don't see, hairline cracks, and eventually with pressure, hot and cold, just the pressure of the pipe being increased or decreased, you're going to have possible failure of the component itself. We don't need to disassemble the fitting. You don't need to completely disassemble it. Just need to loosen it up and then slide your pipe in, and then hand tighten it initially, and then use your wrench, of course. And another thing we don't want to do is we don't want to use damaged pipe. If the pipe's got bends in it, it's weakened where it's bent. Also, if you're reusing pipe that's got a bunch of scores in it, every time you reuse it, you're nicking away different spots. It's not going to hold as well, and then you might have leaks, which is the key. It may not burst off, but you're going to have leaks at that point, because now you have areas where the air can get around the O-ring.